It is time for once again the Imperialdramon comeback, and I will show you guys how to dominate with this deck in your tournaments. Digimon fans, welcome back, and today once again we'll be showcasing the most updated version of the Imperialdramon Deck Profile. It's been a while since we last revisited the Imperialdramon deck, so I decided to take this updated build to my locals and managed to come first place with it. For those who've been following me for a while, you guys know that this is one of my favorite decks to play of all time. The deck is hyper aggressive, consistent with draw power and search power, but also very fast at the same time. It also has many tools, allowing it to have very decent matchups against most other competitive decks too. Like always, I'll be showing you guys the core combos and how to play this deck if you're very new to it for the first time as well, so definitely be sure to stick around. But first, let's jump straight into the deck profile. I'm also super excited to announce a new feature on my channel where I launched my very first ever YouTube membership called the Avault Club. By joining, you will have access to exclusive perks and contents that regular viewers don't have. Perks include the Avault Club membership badge, and the best part is that you'll be able to see members-only community posts featuring my first draft deck profiles even before the video comes out. You will see more updates by me for every deck profile release and even updated deck lists and adjustments with all the lists. Your comments and questions will also have priority replies from me. So what are you guys waiting for? Click on the join button right now. Thank you all so much for the support, and I look forward to engaging with you guys. Okay, Digi-A cards, still short and simple, 4 Demi Vmons. When attacking, if you have jamming, draw 1 is really all you need. We focus a lot on jamming in this deck, and drawing from that just gives us the best value. So 4x is all I need for consistency. So now let's talk about our rookies, where it's going to be a lot of Vmons as usual. Vmon right here, the one that is 3 to hard play, searching top 3 cards of your deck, adding 1 card with free and its traits to your hand is still the best one because it lets you search for anything in the deck. So super consistent, really great card, definitely at 4. Did you guys know that we're going to be getting even more new Imperialdramon support in BT12 Across Time set upcoming? We're going to be getting a full new line for the entire Digivolution of it, and I'm just super excited. And if you guys just are and can't wait to see the updated deck profile for that when the time comes, then definitely be sure to subscribe, turn on that notification bell right now to stay tuned. As always, definitely give this video a like because I just greatly appreciate the support from all of you, and thank you guys so much. But let's continue with the deck profile. Then I got the 3 copies of the Vmon from EX1. We unsuspend quite a bit in this deck, as we may know from our bread and butter combos, so this one also really gives great value. Then for the other Vmon that I'm bringing back from BT8 is this one in particular, another searcher on play, revealing top 4. You get to grab a dual color card that is blue among them to your hand, which synergizes finding the really important key pieces. And the one of tech for this particular Vmon is really all we need anyways. Then, last but not least, to round up for the rookies, I still think this is the best rookie for the deck. 4 copies of the Labramon. When attacking, if this Digimon has jamming, you gain 1 memory. Super efficient combo-wise with your X-Vmon and with your Imperialdramon. Once again, bread and butter combo, which I'll showcase you guys later on. So, really good card that you definitely want to play 4 of. That's it for rookies. Let's talk about our level 4s. X-Vmon from EX1, jamming. Really great as its main effect. Gives inheritable jamming to your Imperialdramon and your top ends. Still really good card. One of the best cards in this deck. And of course, to pair up together, you definitely have to play 4 copies of the Stingmon together right here. Hard playing it for 3 costs only while you control the X-Vmon to help you get into your Imperialdramon plays. Now with a newer addition, I decided to add 1 Parasurmon right here. Parasurmon essentially does the exact same thing as what Stingmon does, but different to it where it doesn't provide the inheritable, but its purpose is what it's for. You can just hard drop this and then do your DNA Digivolving combos along with your X-Vmon together in times when you don't see your Stingmons. Now, one of the small weaknesses or the caveats of the before is that it's kind of hard to find your Stingmon sometimes. Even you play 4 copies, and sometimes when you don't find that Stingmon that you need for that particular combo, it just sets you back really, really hard, because when you have it, you could have just blown off on that turn and then you would just gone full combo and aggressive, and it can be sometimes very detrimental during the game situation. And this is why playing the extra Parasauromon right here helps improve that consistency, and I really, really like it ever since. Then we got the 1 copy of Lydramon. I don't think we need to do the controlling as much these days. Games are kind of fast, so 1 Lydramon as a tech for situational counters to suspend one of our opponent's Digimon to swing over it is kind of nice, but yeah, 1 is all we need for this current build. And then of course, 1 Lobo hybrid for game, still really, really good. I always wish I had a little bit more, since I do play quite a handful of blue Tamers, enough to go into this guy sometimes, but deck space is tight. You can only play 1 of for this one. Alright, let's talk about our level 5s. Still, as usual, nothing has really changed with this one. Imperialdramon 4 copies from the starter deck. You have to play 4 copies of this card. This card is just too good. This is your bread and butter combo. This is your main boss Digimon of the deck, which I would even argue requires a blue and a green level 4 to DNA. Ideally going to be your XVmon and your Stingmons. And then you can bottom deck something when you DNA that is 6,000 DP or less of your opponent's side and put it to the bottom of the deck, which is really, really good. And when attacking once per turn, unsuspend. Built in with really good inheritables together. You draw lots, you get jamming, you gain memory with this. A lot of synergy with everything that you have with your stack that is level 4 or below in this deck, and this card is what it really is all about. Moving back, I decided to bring back 2 Dino Beamons here instead now. This is really good because you can suspend something, and you can suspend one of your opponent's Digimon that is very crucial and buy yourself a turn, because sometimes they come up with a big stack or a big strong Digimon and you get to control that board a little bit with Dino Beamon. Really, really helps a lot. And I start to realize its inheritable of extra 1000 DP for each of its color comes in really handy sometimes, especially when you go into your Dragon mode or your Imperial Fighter mode later on. And yeah, and this is working out very greatly for me, so I've been liking it how it is at the moment too. And of course, I still really like the Chimeramon. Chimeramon is still a must-have, at least of a 1 of. I gotta say, this card has saved me so many times in so many clutch situations where I was able to establish super strong board advantage after playing a Chimeramon by either wiping down rookies quickly or minusing DP to a certain Digimon that my opponent has I need to deal with afterwards, and then I can swing over it. And the other reason why I decided to go down to 1 is that you guys notice we don't play as many multicolored Digimon anymore. I kind of got rid of all the techie stuff. Now it's just all about consistency and fast pace. So with lesser dual color cards like Magnamon that I used to play, you know, Chimeramon comes in lesser value too. And there's another really good reason with our top end cards that we don't need it as much anymore too. So speaking of which, with our top end level 6s, you still definitely want to have 2 copies of the Dragon mode. Dragon mode lets you play more, recycle your combos again, and you get to go into your DNA level 5s very, very easily with its effect. Still very, very good card. Really cool, for sure. And then now we only play 1 fighter mode, and this is also one of very good reasons why I decreased the number of Chimeramons. Before, I liked to have the 2 Chimeramons and 2 fighter modes, and they combo very nicely to get rid of like big Digimon that our opponent has against certain matchups, and that's very, very nice. But now with this new approach, I just really want to focus on doing my level 5 combos as fast as I can, repeat it twice per game, and then win from there. And that's basically how I want to do it, focusing more on the lower end Digimon simply because it just requires lesser resources and it helps you keep up with the fast game pace that it currently is anyways. And yeah, fighter mode just with 1 of is all we need. And of course, because we have to make room for this, Def X being one of the best cards currently in the game, still a very important staple. I know some of you guys are not happy about to see this card because this card is just like in every single deck. So if you guys don't want to play Def X or don't have access to Def X, definitely add another fighter mode, or you can juggle around with additional more options, which we'll get into in a bit. Just before we talk about the option cards, let's just quickly showcase the Tamers very quickly. 3 Davises and 2 Davis Kens right here. Very good synergy with the deck overall. Davis to search, memory tamer. Davis Ken, extra memory at the start of your turn if you have blue and green, and lets you unsuspend stuff and do really cool combo plays, which again, I'll showcase you guys later on how it all works with these combos too. That's it for Tamers. Now we're moving to options. We have a very heavy option lineup right here. I decided for full-on consistency now, I am playing 4 blue memory boosts, and I love it so much in this deck. I can find the pieces I need super quick right now. If this ever gets checked in security, I get to stack it. It's like basically a free Hammer Spark for me to later to go into even more combo plays and lets me play so much more than before. And I've been really loving this card once again. And yeah, in the early stages of games, it's even like a rookie. You guys can see we play lots of 3-cost drops, and this helps us find what we need super quickly. And we're never going to run into a situation where we never see our pieces ever again with this deck. 3 Hammer Sparks. Hammer Sparks being one of the best defensive card and tool in the game. Of course, along with Hammer Spark, we have the Ice Wall as well. One of the best blue cards, best blue options. So really nice. Hammer Spark's main effect, gaining 1 memory, lets us play even more. Always really good. But mainly for its security effect to, gain 2 memory, stops our opponent's plays, even passes the turn sometimes back to us, which is super helpful. And then still, usually, I got the 2 Mega Defs. I don't really like to increase any more of these because I kind of don't like seeing it in my hand as often sometimes. The best scenario is really having this in security in the clutch situations. That's the most ideal part. But yeah, this is why 2 copies is more than good enough for me. And then, last but not least, HPD to round off for everything. HPD is the best combo bridger, extender of this deck. And yeah, we'll get to talk about it a bit more later in the combo segment too. Alright guys, that's it for the cards I want to showcase in the deck. I have no other suggestions and want to talk about any other cards since I covered so many different tech cards over the course of many of my different Imperialdramon deck profiles. If you guys want to see other tech cards, other interesting stuff that you can splash into the deck, check out my older videos for Imperial. I'll leave links in the description box down below. But let's just jump right into the how to play and combo segment. Of course, early stage of the game, searching is important right here. Hard playing this VMon to find your free pieces. Establishing your Davis as early as you can is always really good. Otherwise, play Blue Memory Boost. Blue Memory Boost is a VMon virtually itself because it searches for any blue card that you need and gives you that delay, lets you play any combos, and 3 memory is really always where you want to be at when you're getting into your combos. So of course, hatching your egg Demi VMon is always going to be the case. Ideally, you're going to be Digivolving a Labramon because it's going to give you the most value there. And then you go into your X VMon with it in the raising, ready to go. So your opponent does their thing or whatever, they're going to put you back to 1 memory. Whether you have a Davis, you'll be at 3. If you don't have a Davis, you probably ideally have a Blue Memory Boost to help you get to the 3 memory threshold. That's what it's all about. So otherwise, even 2 memory at the start of your turn without any of these works for you. You can play Hammer Spark to get that extra memory. Otherwise, you can be gaining memory here too with your XV mod. So you push it out, ready to go right here. Let's just say you start at 3 already. You swing in with your XV mod immediately, jamming, inheritable, gain 1 memory with the Labramon, draw 1 with Demi VMon right off the bat. Next, you want to be seeing your Stingmon and your Imperialdramon. That's basically bread and butter combo we're going to showcase here. If you have a VMon, you can ideally Digivolve it for 2, so you pay a bit less memory, so then you can play a bit more cards. Memory management is going to be a little bit crucial at this moment, but sometimes I always like to play it for 3 anyways, because him right here can be an extra swing too. So that's extra aggression, extra damage. But anyways, once you're ready to go, you DNA right here with XVmon on top, making sure Stingmon's at the bottom because it's blue and green, into your Imperialdramon. At this moment, you get to bottom deck one of your opponent's Digimon that's 6,000 DP or less. Imperialdramon comes unsuspended because it's DNA Digivolve as a brand new Digimon right here. And then you immediately just swing with it. And then it gets to unsuspend with its own effect. It gets jamming with XVmon, and because it was DNA Digivolve, all these inheritables reset, meaning that Labramon will gain you another memory. This is why Labramon is so good. With this combo, you effectively gain 2 memory in 1 turn from doing this. Draw 1 for Demi VMon, and draw 1 for Stingmon as well, and drawing 2 cards to find your pieces once again. And then now you get to swing once more with Imperialdramon, and you get to resolve the Stingmon once more, since it's not once per turn. Draw an extra card right there. So now at this moment, you probably found a lot of pieces that you have in your hand. And of course, the top end combo is to try to go into your dragon mode, and really depends on the situation. If you want to just pass your opponent and choke them with memory, that too, then going into your dragon mode is fantastic, and because it lets you play out your XVmon and your Stingmon, which is really good. If any cases, if you never have a Labramon, and let's just say you had a VMon here, if option-wise, you can actually play this VMon and get its hard play on effect to continue searching as well, which is very, very nice. So, of course, the Dragon Mode is going to be suspended when you Digivolve. Now, this is the really important moment. You either pass your opponent down to 2 here. If not, if you had more memory to work with during the turn, you can pop your memory boost, so you have gained 2 memory, and instead you'll be at 0 memory because of this instead. And this is when it comes in very nicely, because if you have another Imperialdramon in your hand, and with all that search power and all that draw power that you've done already, you can go into the second one in the same turn right here. Once again, putting the XVmon at the top, Stingmon at the bottom. Bottom deck another thing, that's 6k. Swing, 1 check. Swing another, that's 2 checks. That's basically 5 checks in 1 turn right here, as you can see. And then you can even finish the game with the Vmon right here. So super good card. Really, really, really good combos. That's really how you want to be playing your Imperialdramon deck in most cases. Now, talking a bit more of the top end combos, sometimes, let's just say you rewind back to 2 memory with this stack right here, per se. You know, let's just say you just DNA'd into this Imperialdramon during that same turn. You swing in right here, and then it unsuspends, so you did 1 check, and then you have HPD, which is going to be really good. You can use HPD to suspend your Vmon to let it digivolve into Dragon mode right here, and then you can spit out these 2 cards, or you could have swung with your Imperialdramon first to resolve some effects, whichever order works best for you during the case scenario, or otherwise sometimes you might have to suspend the Imperialdramon to let yourself go into the HPD, right? And then you might go into Dragon mode suspended, but you go there for free, which in this case, sometimes having the Davis Ken together with you will be super helpful, because once you get into this Dragon mode, you can suspend Davis Ken and then unsuspend these guys. And you basically play this for free. And then for the full-blown top-end finishing combo 2, you can just pay the 2 memory, digivolve it into fighter mode afterwards too, and then continue swinging. Fighter mode can suspend something your opponent has and unsuspend itself as well during the attack. And then that's even more swings and extra plays that you get to do. So you guys can see how aggressive and how fast this deck really is and how good it is at what it does. So these are basically combos and how you want to be playing the Imperialdramon deck in this most current format today. That will wrap up for the deck profile for today. If you guys enjoyed the video and found it helpful, please give it a like. If you have any suggestions, recommendations, or questions, be sure to share it with everyone in the comments down below. We got lots more Digimon videos and content coming very soon with BT11. Super excited as well. And if you guys are just as excited, then be sure to hit that subscribe button right now. Turn on that notification bell to stay tuned for new content. As always, thank you so much for watching. You guys have a great day, great night, wherever you are. See you next video. And this is Vault, signing out.